Have you ever listened to a song and thought, wait, why does this sound familiar? Different lyrics, different melodies, same vibe? Well, you're not imagining things. There's one chord progression that shows up everywhere in modern music, and once you hear it, you'll never unhear it again. It's called the 1-5-6-4 progression. And today we're going to break it down, hear it in action, and talk about why it's the secret sauce behind some of the most iconic songs in the last 50 years. So let's dive in. So let's start with the basics. In the key of C major, the chords for the 1-5-6-4 progression are as follows. So the 1 chord, meaning that it's a triad that is built on the first degree of the C major scale, is a C major chord. So that is C, E, and G. Okay? Now the 5 chord is the chord, the triad that's built on the 5th degree of the scale, and that is a G major chord. So that would be G, B, D. Okay? The 6th chord is the triad that's built on the 6th degrees of the scale, and so that is an A minor chord, and that is A, C, and E. And then finally, the 4 chord, which is built on the 4th degree of the scale, is F major. So that is F, A, C. Okay? So now you put those 4 chords together and boom, you get a progression that's emotional, versatile, and incredibly singable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this chord progression, but I'm going to use some inversions. So we're going to play the C major chord in root position. Okay. Then we're going to play the G major chord, which is the 5 chord, in first inversion. Okay. Then we're going to play the A minor chord, which is the 6th chord, also in first inversion. Okay. And then we're going to play the F major chord, which is going to be in second inversion, which is the 4 chord. Okay? So here we go. This is the 1, the 5, the 6, and the 4. Okay? So already, are you hearing some songs that you recognize? Right. Okay, so now here's the thing. These chords don't just exist in C, okay? You can transpose this chord progression into any key and still get the same emotional movement. That's part of the magic. So, for instance, if we were going to translate this to G major, here's the 1 chord, which is G, okay? Then the 5 chord is D, okay? Then the 6th chord is E minor, okay? And then the 4 chord is C. All right? So 1, 5, minor 6, and then 4. Okay? So you can transpose it into any key. So why does this work so well? Well, it works because it's simple, it's predictable, but still emotionally satisfying. That 1 chord establishes the home base, right? Okay. The 5 chord creates lift and tension. Okay. Then the 6th chord gives a little melancholy or vulnerability. And then finally the 4 chord gives sort of a release, a warmth, and a resolution that leads us right back to the 1 chord. All right, so that is why it works so well. So this combination allows for so many moods: hope, heartbreak, triumph, nostalgia, and it works across many, many genres. So let's hear it in action, okay? So here are some song examples that I'm going to show how powerful these 4 chords are by singing through just a few of these songs that you probably know about that all use the same progression. So the first song is Let It Be by the Beatles. Okay, so here it is. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Okay, so you notice that we started with the 1 chord, we went to the 5 chord, we went to the 6 minor chord, then we went to the 4 chord. And then the next 4 chords used the 1 chord, the 5 chord, and the 4 chord, it skipped the 6, okay? So you can take these 4 chords, you'll find that these 4 chords can be sort of reordered and give a different movement to the song. So that is Let It Be by the Beatles. So the next song that we're going to do is With or Without You by U2. Same chords, different tempo, feel, and phrasing. So this is just a little bit of that song, okay? Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait, and I'll wait without you, with or without you, with or without you. Same chord progression, and I even did them in the same root position and inversions as the last song, but it's a different song. So the next song that we're going to do is NoOne by Alicia Keys. It's a little bit more R&B, but yep, it's the same chords. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I'm feeling. No one, no one, no one can get in the way of what I feel for you. Okay? The next song is Someone Like You by Adele. And this one hits so hard emotionally, but structurally, it's still a 1-5-6-4 progression. Okay? Never mind if I find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Same chords. And finally, there's Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, okay? Different genre, but still the same harmonic foundation, okay? So that's this. Just a small town girl, living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Now, you might have noticed that after the first 1-5-6-4 progression, there was one little change, okay? It started with just the C, here's the 1, here's the 5, here's the minor 6, and here's the 4, and then the next phrase, she took the midnight train going and, whoa, a little tricky one, right? That's an E minor chord, okay? So that's actually a 3, a minor 3. Okay, chord instead of the minor 6 chord, but then it goes right to the 4. So the thing is, it adds a little extra flavor by changing up one chord in that progression, but it's still essentially the same chord progression. So do you hear it now? Once you recognize it, you'll start spotting it everywhere. Now, if you're a singer, this progression is a perfect tool for vocal improv and ear training. It's also great for practicing vocal phrasing over a consistent harmonic bass. And it's a familiar structure to sort of reinterpret songs in your own way. Now, if you're a songwriter, It's an easy foundation for building original songs and a great place to experiment with lyrical and rhythmic variation. And it's also the simplest way to write a catchy, emotional, compelling tune. So try writing your own melody over just these 4 chords and see what happens. And here's a bonus. You can loop this progression forever. Yes, that is another reason why it's so popular. That 1-5-6-4 progression loops seamlessly. You can build an entire song around it without needing to change a thing. And that's why it works for ballads, bops, introspective verses, and explosive choruses. So loop it softly as you speak. It's the musical version of a blank canvas, reliable, versatile, and totally open to your unique interpretation. So to recap, the 1-5-6-4 progression is one of the most used progressions in modern music. And you'll find it in the Beatles, U2, Adele, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, Journey, lots and lots more. And it's easy to play, it's emotionally effective, and it's endlessly flexible. And you can use it as a practical practice tool, songwriting launchpad, or performance bass. And now that you've got these 4 chords under your fingers and in your ear, I want you to go and explore what you can do with them. So if this video helped you connect the dots or got you excited to start writing or reworking songs with these chords, like this video and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for more music theory tips made simple and singer savvy. And hey, drop a comment below. What's your favorite song that uses these 4 chords? And keep playing, keep creating, and as always, stay savvy.